Now, if you can see and hear me okay, this is going to be a group energy healing where I heal 131 people in 13 different countries. And we will do all sorts of fabulous things. The theme is purifying communications. So we'll be working communications on all sorts of levels, not just the conscious words you say, but the energy behind it and all sorts of levels of subconscious communication that people do with each other, which is really more of how people communicate, actually. It's not so much the words, everything else. But, it'll help the words too. But, what else? So going into more detail about today, on 2 days ago, on Friday, we did a lot about vibe. And, in a way, I felt funny using that word vibe so much because it's slang, so it seems like it's made up. But the way I'm using it is not made up. It's a real thing. It has to do with the vibration that your major chakras make as they're doing their work. Thank you for confirmation. So your major chakras along your spine, you have 2 sets of them, 7 physical chakras, 7 astral body chakras, and as they make energy flow throughout your space and help you function as well as possible, they also vibrate. And that vibration of all of them together is what I'm calling your vibe. And you emit it beyond your aura, and that's natural and normal and supposed to be that way. And it's part of how people that are looking for you can find you, like good people, like people that are meant to be your friend, or people that are looking for your services professionally, or people who are looking to be your partner romantically, and people that are meant to be your partner or your friend or your business associate. So good people, good things can happen from, and some things are going to happen either way, but it depends how much angels are going to have to just nudge it. But some things, like maybe you might have 2 good friends instead of 4 good friends if your vibe isn't as tuned as it could be, because it's harder for the other 2 to actually find you. So it's a good thing to work. And also it can kind of, it has a big effect on how people feel about you. And so you're more likely to have more positive interactions if you can purify your vibe and get your baggage out of the way so it doesn't alter your vibe. You want the vibe to be just you within your chakras, and as much as possible. And so you don't want, like, fear and insecurities and whatever to broaden the vibration range and kind of muddle your signal, basically. So that's the idea, and we worked it a bunch 2 days ago. We will work it more today. 2 days ago, we did more of like clearing baggage so that the vibrational range is more true to who you really are. And we'll do more of that today because you can only do so much at one time for it to be healthy. So we'll do more of that. But we'll also look at, oh yeah. We started touching on it 2 days ago, where we did unblock your bones. We healed the bones of your physical body. And I'm going to expand on that because, like, your bones can resonate. Well, they do. They carry energy, like energy flows within your bones, which is interesting. I mean, when you think about it, bones seem so solid. Like, what are they doing? But I mean, obviously they hold you up and stuff. But vibrationally, they're really good at conducting vibration and energy. And so, but your organs are, your all sorts of parts of your physical body. So the more you can unblock sort of strategically in a targeted way, unblock your physical body, the more your physical body resonates with that true vibration that's you. And it feels really good, first of all. it's kind of like this microscopic little massage that you're getting if your physical body is vibrating, more and more parts of your physical body are vibrating with your true vibration. But then also it does strengthen and kind of deepen that signal that you're putting out, your vibe, so that's nice. So we'll do a little bit of strategic targeted body unblocking, physical body unblocking, so that more of your physical body can resonate with your true vibration. And, there's that. But then actually there's a lot more that I want to work on, which is part of why, there are 5 healings this month that are working this topic. So we'll see what of it we can do today. But I think of the millions of really cool things I thought of that I want to work on beyond the vibe within purifying your communications, has to do with companionship energy. And that's something that I have talked about, but sort of sparingly here and there. Not that I've been trying to hold back. It just, I don't know, wasn't time, I guess. So companionship energy, I have talked about it maybe in the context of love life, but being able to receive companionship energy from others and being able to give companionship energy. Companionship energy is a bit like vibe in that it's non-depleting and it's non-invasive. It's not your life force, but it is something that you send out. Although vibe is something you automatically send out all the time. And companionship energy, there's some mindfulness and choice about it. So for example, you would send companionship energy to like a close friend or a partner or a family member that you feel good about. But we'll unblock a little bit and heal so that you're more able to receive the companionship energy that you are being sent, because often I see that people's partners actually are sending them companionship energy, but they might be blocked to it for some reason or another. So working that, I think, could be very rewarding. And also being able to unblock so that you can send companionship energy to the people you care about and more of it. Because like I said, it's not depleting. So why not, and it doesn't, it's just a good thing. So that I know we're working today, but there's so much other really good stuff, but I'm just going to see what fits and what doesn't in today's healing. So we'll definitely do vibes, and we'll more vibe stuff and physical body resonating with your vibe stuff. And we'll definitely do companionship, giving and receiving companionship energy stuff. But so much that could be done within this. Oh, so exciting. Okay. What else? Yeah, I think that's all I want to say about the topic. So I'm gonna just briefly glance at chat comments. And thank you for your chat comments. Feel free to say hi if you want, say where you're viewing from, what the weather's like where you are, if you want. Of course, I am in Olympia, Washington, in the United States, in the northwest part of the United States, a region actually called the Pacific Northwest because of its weather. And, well, I don't know because of its weather, but it has unique weather. And it's looking very green, but very cloudy outside. And it's somewhat cold, actually. We had low 40s last night. Sometimes we go down to like the 30s, like above freezing, but quite cold, even though it's spring and it looks very vivid outside. So it looks very like late spring, but it feels outside very early spring. But I'll take it. I don't dress like this when I go out. I put on a ton of layers. All right. So, hey, Janet, we can see and hear you from Chicago, 55 and sunny. That sounds very nice. Someone says hello. Hi. Can see and hear you from Evergreen, Colorado, 60 and sunny. That sounds nice. Someone says hi. Hello to you. Hello from Ireland. Yes. Hello to you. Hello from springtime? Springtime, rainy, misty, Ottawa, Canada. Very pretty here. Well, good. Okay. So I guess now we'll do the 3 minutes of quiet, and that's when I finish my prep, and then I'll start the healing, at first in silence, and then I'll talk as I heal. So most of the live stream is me healing the 131 people and narrating what I do as I'm doing it. So you could use it as a walkthrough if you wish. All right, so now the 3 minutes of quiet, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Okay, thanks for waiting. Let's do some grounding. So recreate both your groundings, make them nice and wide as all your auras, and make them wide all the way down to the core of the earth. And with your intention and or vision, make them a certain color, either red or orange or yellow, both the same color. And then you imagine mini copies of your groundings out in front of you if you wish, and you use the gold light from your hands to unblock your grounding as much as possible. Like a very big, strong flowing waterfall, which a waterfall as we're doing grounding. The only problem I have with that waterfall is that the water looks white and you want the downward flow to be red or orange or yellow, but you know, whatever. Ooh, that's okay. So gold light from your hands, meaning you have a big hand chakra and fingertip chakras, one in each finger. Well, one at the end of each finger. And you set those chakras to be a metallic gold color like this glitter. And that way the energy they're generating is that color. And that's a good vibration for releasing and melting blocked energy and repairing. So you don't have to be able to see the blocks in your grounding in order to clear them. You can kind of, with your intention, sweep them together in one big pile and melt them with gold light. Take your time though, because if you made a big pile, then when I fully melt it all away. And you can sweep all the junk together in one pile and then melt it away. And then indie grounding is where you check the outer surface of your groundings all the way down to the core of the earth. Groundings plural, meaning you have one for your astral body, aura, and one for your physical body. Anyway, you just use gold light and melt away anything that's attached to your grounding. Have other people hooked in there, and that's not good for anybody. All right, good enough. Good job. Then let's do aura. We'll see what I end up doing, but we're going to start with aura repair and then do aura-related things. Do you have 17 auras, physical body, astral body, and then 15 Wei Qi auras, which are strong boundaries energy that you have? So just comb through them all and check for gashes, rips, tears, whatever you want to call them. It can be sort of deep, like stab wound kind of looking, or they can be big valleys or, you know, deep holes. So the idea is you're going to be clearing out whatever junk has built up in there and then using the gold light to repair them fully. But to be more time efficient, we could repair all of them at once. Just make a composite copy. Make an image of a rip, and with your intention, have that rip represent all the rips in your 17 auras that you need to repair. And you want to clean out all the junk. So use sticky gold wax, which is gold light from your hands that sticks to whatever's not you. Fill up the rip with sticky gold wax, have it stick to the hard objects, the invasive beings, the invasive people, and lift it all out as a big lump. There you go. Do that again. Sticky gold wax, fill up the rip. Have the wax stick to all the junk that's not you, invasive beings, invasive people, hard objects. Lift it all out at once. Angels, here you go. And then just keep using gold light to repair, especially the deepest part of the rip. The gold light. All right, and then you may have just a couple rips that are still there. So let's make one more composite copy of any remaining rips that you still have, and then do the same process. Fill up sticky gold wax, have all the junk be a lump, and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Again, sticky gold wax, fill it up, remove all the junk. Angels, here you go. Do you have any invasive beings in the way of the repair? Say, angels, can you recycle any invasive beings in the way of this repair work? And then just shoot light. Okay, great. So then any hardness left over in the outer edges or inside, just pile up any aura hardness and go ahead and melt it away with gold light. Because hard patches make your aura more weak, make it more likely to get more deep damage next time. So you want to melt away the hardness so that you have flow instead, because flow is strength. Again, put out any, make copies of any hardness. In your auras. And my angels, man, they're such smart Alex. It's like sometimes I'm not drinking enough water, so they make me cough. So I have to drink water, and they're like, finally. Sometimes, you know, you cough because somebody's in your space, but, you know, sometimes it's your angels making you, force you to drink. All right. So any leftover aura hardness that's in your auras, just make a big pile of it out in front of you and melt it with light. All right, so then we could do gold nets too, collapsing gold nets. So make a set of like a cube of gold netting that's bigger than you, bigger than all your auras, all the way down to the core of the earth, all around you, and close in the netting. And as you close it in, have it catch up anything that's not you, invasive people, invasive beings, and just have that get caught in the net and drag it all out. Angels, here you go. Couple deep breaths. Again, collapsing gold nets. Collapse them in, have them tangled up, have them catch all the stuff that's not you, drag it out. Angels, here you go. Gold mesh spheres are in your Wei Qi auras. There are 3 gold mesh spheres for each of your Wei Qi auras, and there's an innermost one, middle, and outermost one, and they wrap all around you. And when they're repaired and cleaned off, then they're gold, and they generate gold light and send it inward. Well, throughout your Wei Qi aura as well, but then they send it inward towards, in particular, a certain meridian. There tends to be 1 Wei Qi aura per meridian, but then just in general, it's just gold light for you. So you just imagine those gold mesh spheres and check for any rips or holes in them, and just use gold light so they can repair. You have an area that is temporarily sore or chronically sore even, check the Wei Qi auras and the gold mesh spheres in that area. Of course, check for aura damage and repair that to any of your 17 auras in that area, but then also make sure you repair the gold mesh spheres in that area so that get that nice supply of gold light all the time coming in to keep your flow better. Okay. We'll just do a little bit of unblocking at the very bottom and the very top of all your, just your aura above your head and your aura beneath your feet. Auras. And above the top of your aura as well. Unblock that. All right, and as we finish up aura repair, just double check the outer surfaces of all your 17 auras, make sure there are no leaks. If there are, just use a little extra gold light to mend those up. And if it's not, if you have an area that keeps springing a leak, you may have missed a couple hard objects stuck in that area. So just lift out the hard objects, give them to your angels. And if the repair still doesn't work, then there are some invasive beings there. So you can say, angels, if there are any invasive beings in the way of this repair, can you recycle them? And then you can recreate your gold buffer zones, which there's a 18-minute video about gold buffer zones if you've ever heard of them, and it teaches you how to make them. And they help protect, they help slow the rate of damage your auras if you keep recreating them. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to move around the order a little bit of what I'm doing today, of the essentials stuff I'm doing. Okay. So this is a set of 3 healings. You don't have to do all 3 if you're healing yourself, but you know, I am healing the same set of people for this all 3 healings. So the people I'm healing, you know, they got aura repair, they got chakra repair 2 days ago. And some of them have gotten beat up since then on an energy level, but not so much. So I want to do the good karma windows work first, and then I'll circle back and do some chakra repair and some creative ring stuff after that. So good karma windows are behind you here in your astral body aura. They're triple frame windows, concentric squares. So this is an example of what I mean by triple frame right there. And they're rainbow colors. If you do the rainbow system for your chakras, red, orange, yellow, green, light blue, deep blue, purple, then that's what your energy looks like in those layers of your astral body aura. So then that's what your triple frame windows look like: red, orange, yellow, green, light blue, deep blue, purple. So we did some good work with this 2 days ago, but what I noticed was I did base of skull points in addition, because you can have energy that kind of weaves through the windows into the base of skull points and kind of anchors there into those chakras. And so doing them all at once and clearing energy from the whole area at once is effective. Because it's hard to remove an invasive being if it's anchored in somewhere. You got to get where it's anchored in rather than just like a little part of it. You know, it's like your hair, it's connected at the root, you know, and so it's how you can't pull out your hair easily because it's connected, right? So same thing with an invasive being that's sort of worked its way through maybe little cracks in your good karma windows. If it's anchored itself in your base of skull points, and it's better to just melt it out of there as well and repair that area too, right? But you can have them that have worked even more into your major chakras along your spine. So maybe some invasive being or an invasive person like a parent or sibling or coworker or whatever, someone who's really gotten under your skin, right? They could have woven all the way in and also be anchored into one or several of your major chakras along your spine, typically your upper chakras, because your good karma windows are like, you know, towards the top of your spine. I mean, yeah, they're at the top of your spine. So anyway, I think that is something I didn't do as much 2 days ago, is, like, look at invasive beings and invasive people that are woven in through the good karma windows and anchored into your major chakras, and to move them out. Angels, here you go. So move out invasive beings that are anchored into your major chakras. They can come from above or from in front. They don't have to come in back, but in back is a common route. And so you just kind of think of that area like, this area, and then all along your spine, particularly upper chakras 4, 5, 6, and 7. Oops. So kind of freeze any invasive beings in those areas and lift them out like ice cubes. Angels, here you go. Freeze them with your intention, lift them out. Angels, here you go. Freeze them with your intention, lift them out. Angels, here you go. And just take a couple deep breaths into your body, especially maybe your pelvis. I'll show an image of your pelvis. That helps inspire you to breathe into that area. A couple deep breaths. And maybe the spine diagram helps you think. It doesn't show your major chakras, but they're along your spine. So again, your good karma windows area and the area of your spine, if there are any invasive beings or invasive people that have worked their way in there, you just freeze them and lift them out, give them to your angels. Angels, here you go. And then, of course, you do want to repair the good karma windows so it's not simple matter for someone to come right back. And again, major chakras along your spine. You have any invasive beings woven into one or several of those chakras, or like I said, invasive people. Maybe you're having a boundaries problem with someone at work, or a sibling, or a parent, or an in-law or something. Just be aware of their energy woven into your chakras and lift it out. Angels, here you go. Lift it out. Angels, here you go. So then your flow zone is in that same area, the same location, but it's your physical body aura as opposed to your astral body aura. And so it's back here, your flow zone, plus it includes your neck and the top of your spinal column and your spinal cord in that area. And why is it included? Well, because that's a typical route that gets blocked up, is this area behind you of your physical body and around your neck and within your spinal cord. So nice to unblock it all at once. And that doesn't have any structure that's supposed to be there in your flow zone, like behind you there. It's just supposed to be a nice flowy space in each of your physical body aura layers right there. But you can get like a big hard piece of blocked energy there, so you could melt it away. And it can definitely affect your communication. 5th chakra, throat chakra, communications. So we could do a little bit extra of throat chakra feeling right now. So 5th chakra. And 6th chakra. 6th is behind your forehead. 5th is in your neck. You can just go back and forth between 5th and 6th. We will repair and unblock all chakras in a minute. I just want to do that. Okay. Around your neck. You can have just sort of big, clampy, hard things around your neck. You can melt those away. Or ease them off with gold light. Angels, here you go. Ease them off. Angels, here you go. Couple deep breaths. So base of skull points, we could do those. So that's if you look at in the diagram, the ears, and then it's just all the points between the ears. There's 2 rows, 2 horizontal rows, pretty much, of dots in the diagram, which are minor chakras. They're chakras within those traditional Chinese medicine meridians. Right now I'm doing that midline one, which is the governing vessel meridian. And it starts in the crotch in the back and then goes up the midline of the back and hooks around and in the roof of the mouth. So just those base of skull points within the governing vessel meridian. So the chakra, it would be oriented this way, and energy for the governing vessel goes upward. And so you just want to make sure the chakra is like nice. It's not crushed and it's not blocked. Doesn't have a lot of blocks wrapped around it or hard objects stuck in it. Use cold light. And then the yellow in the diagram, the yellow meridian is urinary bladder meridian. Sorry about the flashing on the screen. There's an occasional flash on my screen. It could be I'm going to get my laptop serviced in a few days after the triplet set's over. So hopefully that'll resolve that. But anyway, the yellow meridian there. Working those points, minor chakras within that meridian. Heal them till they expand to a proper size so energy can flow through them nicely and unblock them. So those other meridians, the yellow one and then the greenish blue one, energy goes downward through those at that location. So the green one, that's gallbladder meridian, and I put it right there, the shoulder swoop, gallbladder 19, 20, and 21. So 19, 20, and 21. So it actually goes, 21 is on top of your shoulder and then it goes forward in the front. So that shoulder swoop area, we're doing that right now. So just use gold light and unblock your shoulder swoop area. And you can definitely have energy, working its way through into your shoulder swoop area. So you can just kind of imagine, this whole back area in both your auras, and imagine your shoulder swoop area of your gallbladder meridian. And if anything is kind of threaded through into there, just imagine it. Say, angels, can you recycle all this? And imagine your shoulder swoop area of your gallbladder meridian. And then if there's anything threaded through it. It could be something right in one of your aura layers or something far away that's corded into some energy blocks. So you can just imagine any beings trying to mess with your shoulder swoop area and just say, angels, can you recycle all these beings? And keep breathing. So just comb through your auras directly behind this area, behind your base of skull and your shoulder swoop area. And just any hard plates of energy, just go ahead, focus so much gold light on them that they melt away. And try not to be intimidated as you do this. A lot of this energy isn't like, oh, good job, you're an amazing person. It's like, you know, people wishing you harm or something, subconsciously, but, it's nasty energy back here. So if you get intimidated and unnerved, it's just the vibe of what you're melting away. It doesn't mean you can't melt it away easily. It's just, sometimes you can, the energy can you can let it affect your mood if you're not careful. So just, it's like if you clean out your fridge, you're cleaning out some really gross stuff, but, you don't have to feel gross as you're cleaning it out, So that's the idea. Just imagine any gross stuff, any hard stuff and or gross stuff, and just melt it away. If it's not melting, just wrap it in gold light and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Wrap it in gold light. Angels, here you go. Anything that's weaving through into your major chakras, just freeze it, lift it out. Angels, here you go. Major chakras, anything that's weaving into your major chakras, and lift it out. Because you want to be what's in your major chakras. And the less other stuff is in there, the more you can be in there. And also the more you're in there, the less other stuff is, like sometimes you can get obsessive about clearing and fear-based and be like, oh, I'm never going to clear it up. Try to kind of snap yourself out of that and just, the point is just be here. And the clearing tends to make it easier for you to be here. But if you begin to focus too much on all the clearing and not enough on just being here, then that's kind of upside down. So just be here. Breathe in, breathe into your neck, your head, your hips. All right. Great job. Okay, so we did a little teeny quick bit of work on the 6th chakra and 7th chakras, 6th and 5th, as we were doing that last section of good karma windows and flow zone and all that good stuff. And yeah, and we got beings that were wrapped into everything and just got them out. So we did work chakras a little bit. And so repair should be more effective now. So that's nice. So we're going to just repair and unblock all chakras at once. So you just make with your intention a copy out in front of you and have it represent all major and minor chakras. So it could have this shape because that's the basic shape of chakras. And just then use gold light from your hands to repair and unblock and melt cords going into your chakras. You have any invasive beings trying to affect your chakras in any way, you can just imagine all of them at once and say, angels, can you recycle these beings? And if you have any energy blocks that are in the way of your repair work, just lift out the blocks. Say, angels, here you go. Or you can lift out blocks in the way and melt them with gold light. Lift out the blocks. You could blow them up too if you're healing yourself. Again, melt cords going into your chakras. The only ones I would suggest that you keep are if you have a young kid, like 12 years old or younger, maybe 13. Keep the first chakra cord to your kid, but otherwise melt all the other cords. Damage can look like cracks, missing pieces, scratches. So just lots of gold light. Let all that repair. Blocks can be inside the chakra as well as wrapped around it or around the openings. Ease out the blocks and melt them away with gold light. So as we've been saying a lot in this set so far, communication involves a lot more than just the words you choose. Your emotional state can influence your communication. Whether you feel courageous or anxious can greatly affect how you communicate and what you communicate. So a lot of your chakras play into the quality of your communicating. So again, let's lift out from your chakras any baggage that's healthy and gentle to get rid of so that you can purify your communications, improve them. So just lift out the junk from your chakras that healthy and gentle to remove, and you can just melt it away or blow it up, whichever you prefer. Lift out the baggage in the way of your communicating. Melt it away with gold. Lift it out. You can give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. And again, just a little bit extra melting away blocks at that outer surface so that it's like a bouncy surface of water right there. As opposed to like hard and bumpy. Okay, great. Good job. Okay, so your creative rings are up here. 1, 2, 3. And they're gold naturally, and they generate gold light, and they send it down. They send it a little bit outward to the upper part of your auras as well, but also inward, so there's a nice gold force field there, and downward to all your major chakras. So, and then your 7th chakras are in the top of your head. They're oriented this way, as opposed to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, which are oriented this way with round opening in the front and the back, front and back. So 7th chakra is oriented this way. It's much smaller than this, of course. So just imagine both your 7 chakras, one inside the other, and imagine your creative rings and repair and unblock both of them. Melt cords going into them. So we're going to use sticky gold wax through this whole area, your creative rings and your 7th chakras, and have the wax stick to whatever's not you, and then you just lift the wax and the junk all at once. Angels, here you go. So again, sticky gold wax all around your creative rings and your 7th chakras, and have the wax stick to all the junk that's not you, and move out the junk all at once. Angels, here you go. Couple deep breaths into your whole body, including space above your head, where your creative rings are. Alrighty. Good job. All right. Okay. So what we're going to clear now are isolation blocks, energy blocks around your 7th chakra. They could be from this life or past lives. Meant, and when they were put there, most likely they were meant to isolate you from others, and there's a chance that they were meant to suppress you in some other way, but the effect is that you're being isolated. Your 7th chakras in the top of your head, they generate your outermost layers of your astral body aura and physical body aura. Your 7th layer of your astral body aura and your 7th layer of your physical body aura, and wraps all around you. And your 7th layer, because it's the outermost layer of these two auras, it helps with like reputation, like people's initial read on you, like how they sense you. The outermost layer is easiest for people to sense first. So first impression has a lot to do with the quality of your energy and the quality of energy that's there in your 7th layer of your aura, astral and physical. So why would someone want to isolate you like that? It could be someone that was jealous of you, that wanted to kind of get their revenge on some subconscious level. It could be a parent that maybe was well-intentioned but very fear-based, and they wanted to hide you, say if you're a female, and they wanted to hide you from, you know, dangerous men out there in the world. You know, maybe they had some kind of, you know, sexual abuse fears, and that's sort of the twisted, imbalanced way that that's the twisted, imbalanced thing that happened because they had those fears, you know, and you're their kid. They tried to hide you from all the bad guys in the world, right? But it doesn't work. You can't selectively hide from the bad guys. You know, it just hides you, period. So then it makes it harder for you to show your true self, to attract good friends, to attract, you know, a true partnership, all sorts of things. So it can really get in the way, this isolation blocks. Typically, you can have isolating energy in other places, but typically the most the strongest way for someone to isolate you is to put it in or around your 7th chakra, because, and also 7th chakra has to do with identity and confidence and goals. And so to kind of shut you down and isolate you from others, that's the most common place that it's going to be. So that's where we're going to focus. And I put in parentheses 7th layer because your 7th chakra generates your 7th layer, right? So if the isolating energy blocks are wrapped around your 7th chakra or here around your 7th chakra, it affects, you know, it generates like an isolation wall in your aura that makes it hard for you to communicate through. And since your 7th layer has to do with first impression, and when people see you, even just, you know, like subconsciously you're in the same store as them, say, you know, they're seeing that your 7th layer. And so if you have a lot of this isolation block, you know, sort of oppression energy in your 7th layer, it kind of, you feel it more when you're around more people. And so that can be part of why it's disconcerting or off-putting to be around large groups of people, because they're seeing and sort of validating the gucky, you know, oppressive stuff in your 7th layer, and it makes you feel it more. So it's really not technically that you have a problem with all those people, it's that you have a problem with what they're seeing because you don't like feeling what they're seeing. And when they see it, even if they're not courting it, it just kind of makes it more prominent in your space. It makes it more obvious to you. It's harder for you to be in denial about something that somebody's seeing. Right? So, so let's clear that stuff. So that you can be more comfortable with yourself, and you can not hide from the good opportunities and people that are possible for you. And so you can feel more comfortable with people seeing you. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's do it. So just imagine your 7th chakras in purple. You know, I just have this because, you know, I don't want to have a whole bunch of different ones around. But ideally, this would be purple, my little prop showing the 7th chakra, because that's a great color for the 7th chakra. So you can just, as you imagine both your 7th chakras, just, you know, set them to whatever shade of purple that you like at the moment. And you can also be aware of your 7th layers, but this is more of a 7th chakra issue than a 7th layer issue. The 7th layer, it gets the wall mostly because you have the blocks around the chakra. So if you clear the blocks around the chakra, they tend to melt away from the aura layer. So just imagine your 7th chakras, and some of the blocks can be like wrapped fully around it, like a sleeve of, you know. And again, some of it might have been intended as a protection energy to protect you. You know, say if you had a parent that was afraid of men, or afraid of, you know, criminals, or whatever. So just, and it doesn't actually make you safer from those people. It may even place you in greater danger if you have this kind of thing in your 7th. So not good to have. So anyway, just any of this sort of isolation or protection energy that's invasive and oppressive around your 7th chakra, just surround it in gold light and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. You can say, you know, angels, can you help me be safe? You know, which your angels are already trying to do anyway. So you can just say, I'm going to let my angels protect me. I am open to divine protection, right? I'm open to protection from my angels. Try to be specific. You know, divine protection does mean from your angels only, you know, or whatever higher power you believe in. But if you just say I'm open to spiritual protection, then it could be random spirits that are not respectful. So definitely angel protection, you know, it's the safest way to say it. But anyway, so just imagine any oppression or sort of invasive energy around your 7th layer, 7th chakra, sorry, that could be isolating you. And just lift it out. Give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Or you can lift it out and just use so much gold light that it melts away. Lift out that isolating energy around your 7th chakra. Melt it away with lots of gold. Lift out the isolation energy around your 7th. So much gold light that it'll melt. And then check out your 7th layer. See if you notice any difference. And you could have some isolation blocks that are your own baggage, like not like put there by a parent or somebody trying to oppress you. It could be yourself in your own way. For example, you maybe because of some lack of confidence, you don't feel ready to meet, you know, a potential really good friend of yours, or a potential very highly compatible partner. Maybe you don't feel ready. But if you don't feel ready just because of baggage, then it's not a real thing that you're not ready. You see what I'm saying? So we're just looking for energy blocks in and around your 7th chakra that are you saying that you're not ready, but it's just baggage saying that, which is not actual truth, right? So just remove that, because you don't want to like artificially prevent your good people from finding you just because you're stuck on some self, you know, lack of confidence baggage, right? So just be aware of your 7th chakras and any sort of lack of confidence baggage there, any sort of not good enough identity negativity there, that's baggage, and making you feel like you're not ready for good people to find you and good things to happen. And just lift all that junk out, the not ready, isolating energy, and give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. And, you know, it could be that other people have kind of caught you up in a head game like that too. Like, oh, you're not ready yet. You're not smart enough yet. You're not good enough yet. You know, so any isolating energy that has to do with any of that, maybe it's from you, maybe it's from other people, saying that you're not ready yet. You know, if it's baggage saying you're not ready, then that's not truth, right? So just lift out that not ready baggage. Give it to your angels. Angels, here you go. Lift it out. Angels, here you go. Any isolation baggage around your 7th chakras, just lift it out. Angels, here you go. And again, be aware of your 7th layers. If you feel any difference. And even if you don't feel any difference, doing this does help. But sometimes it's nice if you're aware enough that you can sense a difference. Makes it a little more fun. Mm-hmm. All right, good job. Woo! Do butterflies for that one. Good job, good job, good job. Good job. Okay, so I said in the intro that companionship energy is an energy that it's not automatic like vibe. Like vibe is the vibration of your major chakras, and It just emanates from you. It's non-depleting, and everybody can sense it without trying, and they probably do on some level. So that's vibe, but companionship energy is more of a choice on some level, maybe subconscious, and it's not for everybody. You send it out. It's non-depleting though, but you create it, and it's not your unique life force that you need back or anything. It's just when your chakras are healthy, you can make plenty of companionship energy. And you send it subconsciously, usually, to people that you feel close to, that you want to keep company. You know, like it's a clean way to show support to somebody. Without cords, without sending them your unique life force, without jumping in their head or their heart or anywhere. So you send companionship energy to people you really care about, you know, so like a family member that you feel really good about, or a lover, a partner, a good friend. You know, if somebody you're just sort of friendly with, you know, like a neighbor that's nice, you probably wouldn't send them companionship energy. It's usually reserved for, you know, like inner circle people that you feel good about. And it's generated by multiple chakras. It's not just a fourth chakra energy. But if you had to pick one chakra that it comes from, maybe the fourth would be the most, but you know, it's also fifth. It's also second, you know, a little bit of seventh, a little bit of first. So, you know, it's just all of them together kind of. But anyway, sometimes there can be a problem where somebody is blocked subconsciously, accidentally, and they're not sending companionship energy to the people that they care about. And so it can make them feel kind of a little cold to the people that they care about. So we're gonna help you unblock so that you're not doing that, so that you're able to send companionship energy as much as you want to the people that you want to send companionship energy to. And more commonly with my clients is that, you know, they're givers, they're not good receivers, you know, like it's hard for them to receive. So, and sometimes that's just, you know, you feel like unworthy on some level. But sometimes it's like a power thing. Like you have trust issues and you don't want to receive from people because you feel like, well, you know, this way you'd be fine without them if you don't receive anything from them. But that's silly because, I mean, you can be strong if the relationship went away. You could be strong and recover. It's just that receiving companionship energy is a part of quality of life. It's part of enjoying people. It's a part of receiving, and it does kind of level the hierarchy playing field. So it's especially nice, like say in a partnership, if one person earns a lot more money than the other, one person contributes much more to household expenses than the other. It's really nice to be able to receive that, you know, like say the person that earns more, it's extra nice if they can unblock a lot and receive companionship energy from the other person. So it's not all, you know, a one-sided hierarchy kind of an idea. So anyway, that's a lot of examples, I guess. But it's part of how, like, say you can have a good friend that you don't really talk to that often, but you still feel like they're like one of your very best friends. That can be why, that you're both sending and receiving companionship energy. And so it just makes you feel like that person is there for you. That person is in your corner. But again, it's non-invasive. It doesn't, you know, diminish your potential or your manifesting or anything. So it's very nice in that way. And if you feel like, well, I'm fine with companionship energy and I'm fine with receiving companionship energy, it's just that my partner is shut down and he's not sending me enough companionship energy, he or she, you could, I wouldn't talk out loud about it because most people don't understand this stuff. I mean, unless your partner is unique in that way. But you could just on a spirit level, subconscious spirit level, have a little chit chat with them and ask them to have their angels help unblock them on that level so that they can send you enough companionship. And I would say too, though, if your fourth chakra is unblocked, you tend to not feel lonely, regardless of if you have a lot of people sending you companionship energy or not. So there's that aspect too that you could work on your own. Is you know, getting a really strong, really flowing fourth chakra and fourth layer of astral body and physical body auras, so that you just don't feel lonely. You just feel good by yourself and you feel good with yourself. But anyway, so let's get to work unblocking so that you're able to give and you're able to receive companionship energy. Okay, so first we could do a bit of a diagnostic and keep in mind that you may be blind to your issue, so we're going to work it anyway, even if your diagnostic says, oh, I don't need it. It's one of those things that it can't hurt, you know, to unblock about this. So the diagnostic would be, okay, about giving companionship energy. You could think of like one person in particular and just notice, are you giving them 100% of the companionship energy that that you could? You know, like this is a close person to you, you really care about them. You could say, okay, well, 100% is what I could give them, and it's non-depleting, so why not, right? So are you giving that person 100%? Are you sending that person 100% companionship energy? And if not, what percentage are you sending them? You're sending them like 5%, or you're sending them 50%? What are you sending that person as far as the companionship energy that you could be sending them? And again, doesn't cost you anything on a spirit level. It's just, it's easy. Okay, so that's your diagnostic for that. You can maybe check another person too that you really do like and care about and see what percentage of companionship energy are you sending them. You know, the 100% that you could be sending them. What percentage are you sending them? And then about receiving. Go ahead and check, you know, the people that you care about most, how much of what they're sending you, how much are you able to receive? So A, are they sending you what they could send you? Are they sending you 100% or not? You know, and then of what they're sending you, how much are you able to receive? You know, are you able to receive half of it? Are you able to receive all of what they're sending you? And again, this is just companionship energy. It's not their life force or anything, so it wouldn't block you up. You just get a sense of, you know, that person that you're very close with, you like, you know, are you able to receive their companionship energy as much as they're sending? And if you're not, it doesn't make you a bad person at all. It just means for some reason you're blocked about it, maybe because you're some part of you is clinging to like a hierarchy, or you're just stuck in a lot of self-esteem stuff and unworthy kind of feelings and shame maybe. So let's clear all that, right? So just make a big gold blanket out in front of you and dump onto it any baggage that you have about giving companionship energy, any baggage that blocks you from doing that. Maybe it's just isolation junk that's in some of your chakras. And any baggage you have that blocks you from receiving companionship energy from people you really care about, right? And just you can bring up red earth energy and soak all that baggage in red earth energy. Try to start to ground your energy out of it. Lots of gold light, melt cords from other people going into this baggage. And just lots of gold light. And melt this baggage. Melt the baggage so that you are more able to give companionship energy to people that you care about and receive companionship energy from people you care about. Okay, and double check your grounding. And melt away any blocks in your grounding. And double check like your inner 2 aura layers of your astral and physical body aura. So first layer and second layer, right up against your skin, and block that just a little extra light. Okay, and let's do a little more of that. Let's do energy healing flowers so that just to nourish you so that you're more able to give and receive companionship energy. So energy healing flowers for yourself, whatever healing energy, I mean, it's out of universal healing energy, but set it to a vibration that you most need to help you, to nourish you on the subject of companionship energy, right? And then just angels, can you check my flowers and give them to yourself? So again, make a whole bunch of energy healing flowers that'll help nourish you. So you're more able to give companionship energy. You're more able to receive companionship energy from people you really care about. The angels, can you check my flowers? And then give yourself a couple deep breaths. All right, so then we'll do another clearing for this. Just one more time. Just big gold blanket out in front of you. Put onto it any baggage that you have in the way of giving and receiving companionship energy. It could be some old past life shame, isolation energy, fear, judgments, whatever that's causing you maybe to have some kind of a hierarchy, giving, receiving hierarchy where you're giving always and you can't receive or something. So just put all your baggage around giving and receiving companionship energy out onto the blanket, and then say, angels, can you check all this and see if it's okay to clear all this and take away what's too much to do right now? And then lots of gold light, and just melt it away or blow it up. You can blow all this stuff up. Melt cords going into the baggage. If you have any left over that hasn't cleared, just wrap it up in the gold blanket and give it to your angels. Angels, can you help me with all that? And another nourishing thing we can do on this topic about giving and receiving companionship energy, you can ask your angels for a healing on this. Angels, can you please give me a healing so that I'm better able to give and receive companionship energy to people I care about and from people I care about. And just keep breathing while your angels give you a healing. All right, good job. And as part of the healing from your angels could make a present for you, some kind of a energy that's represented by an object, like a necklace or a flower or something that's symbolic and positive, that'll help you with giving and receiving companionship energy. So you could put out your hands and clean them off with lots of gold light and say, angels, can you give me a present to help me with giving and receiving companionship energy? And let your angels put a gift on your hands, and you say, angels, can you clean it off just in case? Because sometimes people have little invasive beings in their space playing head games with them that put stuff there instead of the angel gift. So this way, make sure just have the angels clean it off. Angels, can you clean this up? Make sure it's a gift from you, from the angels. And then you can just see, like, get a sense of what this gift is, what it represents, what it means. And if you don't know, that's fine too. If you feel good enough about it, you can just receive your gift from your angels to help you with giving and receiving companionship energy. All right, good job. If I ever have a note that's a little too big to put as the chapter title right there, I'll put it, doesn't happen that often, but probably every other healing, definitely, there'll be some little extra note, and I'll put that in the info section. The info section of the video, you know, what's right under the video, not in the comment section, but the info section. That's where I put the timestamps these days because that's how it makes the chapters. So I'll put under that chapter title and the timestamp, I'll put under it, you know, if I have a longer note. So like for this one, I would put, you know, that we also did healing flowers and we also did angel healing and angel gift about this topic. And so that'll be there in the info section along with all the chapter titles. And get some people like, oh, I miss those extra long descriptions that used to make. Well, I don't make any extra long descriptions anymore, but if I do want to say something extra, that's where it would be. It'd be in the info section. Sometimes also in the comment section, I'll put something, but yeah, so there's that. So I'm going to just look for a minute and see what is best to do next. So I'll be quiet as I look. Okay. Thanks for waiting. Okay, so your fifth chakra and fifth layer, you have two of those, astral and physical fifth chakras and astral and physical fifth layers. And this chakra most has to do with communicating with self and others. So very relevant for this theme, of course. And but also communicating with angels and also communicating with yourself, which would mean inner thoughts, right? Peace of mind also. So, and nonverbal communication just as much as conscious, you know, words that you're typing or saying to others. But I was looking at a sample person, and it's somebody's mom who people get healings from for their family members. Some of them like that they really get along with, and sometimes they also get healings for family members that they really don't get along with. And the point of that would be, well, maybe if they were more balanced and more healed and present, they wouldn't be so mean and nasty, basically, or invasive, or, kind of sour as a person, because, nobody's mean and nasty because they're well and healthy. They're mean and nasty because there's something off about their energy, maybe something really big off about their energy, right? So that is common, that people will get healings for somebody who is, even on the level of verbally abusive. And, sometimes it has more dramatic effects than others. Healings always help, but sometimes somebody is very attached to their negative behaviors, to the point where they're not really open to the healing. But in that case, I just wouldn't heal the person. So anyway, and also too, sometimes, it's definitely going to help their next life, because they are clearing baggage, whether or not it heals, whether or not it shifts their conscious relationship with that person in this life. Sometimes it's more of a next life improvement than a this life improvement, but often it's in this life. So anyway, that's that. So I was looking at, a person, this woman's mom, and she tends to be very negative, and part of that is because she has a lot of fifth layer blocks, and they affect how she hears what people say to her. And so it's like old arguments, old insults, old judgments that she got from others in past lives, but they're still there because she never cleared them. She just resisted them. Right? And so now when someone says hello to her, even if they're saying hello in a very careful, validating way, it vibrates these insults in her fifth layer. And so she hears the greeting through the insults, and she feels insulted by the person that just said hello to them, even though that person that just said hello to them technically did not insult them in any way, but they heard it as an insult. And that's the idea, that how you hear something is very much dictated by your baggage. It's partially what the person is sending you as a communication, what they're saying, but also it's, what's resonating in your fifth layer, basically, as you're hearing what they're saying, and how that distort what you're hearing, so that you hear it in a way that's more insulting, more triggering, more invalidating than it would otherwise be if you just removed the insults from your fifth layer. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to remove these distorting blocks from your fifth layer. And I want to do fourth layer too. Same thing. We'll do them both at the same time, because fourth layer is similar in that way that you can have insults in your fourth layer. Like, for example, I had, for a short time, I had this friend who, by the end of the friendship, I knew that they really looked down on me, and they thought they were much better than me, wiser than me, better in several ways than me. And so they were pretty like haughty and hierarchical. But initially, I actually didn't see that in that person. I didn't notice it. And the reason I didn't notice it is because I had energy in my fourth layer and my fifth layer that was already kind of putting me down, that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't, capable enough or smart enough or whatever. And so I just didn't notice, oh, that person is especially condescending. That person is especially hierarchical and putting themselves above me. And I really didn't notice it, which is funny because, like, in retrospect, it's like, wow, that person is really hierarchical and they thought I was like so much beneath them. Why would I have spent time with them, you know? But, you know, again, it affects how you hear, how you receive the communication, you know, and it can give you blind spots, is a good example, a good way of saying it. You know, so it can distort, but it can also give you blind spots. So you hear it differently and you may not pick up on certain things that would be really good information for you to have. So anyway, so let's we'll just, it's pretty easy to do. As with all this, it's more involved to explain it than it is to do it. It's fairly simple to do. So we'll probably do a little bit of 5th and 4th chakra work, but we'll be working more on the 5th and 4th layers just to remove distortion blocks, blind spot blocks, stuff like that. So that you can have better, more clear, more accurate discernment about your communications with others. And it will also improve your communications, your outgoing communications with others too. So anyway, okay. So that was the explaining. Okay, so doing. So 4th layer is in the center of your chest, right? You have 4th chakra is in the center of your chest. 5th chakra is in your throat. So self-love, motivation, self-esteem, compassion, enthusiasm, and communication, right? So 4th and 5th layers, 4th is more inner than 5th, right? But just imagine your 4th and 5th layers. You can set your 4th and 5th chakras, you know, green, favorite shade of green for your 4th chakras, favorite shade of like light to medium blue for your 5th chakras. And then just let it generate energy at that color. So then your energy in your 4th layer is that green color now. And then your energy in those 5th layers is that blue now. So if you have a lot of other energy in there, well, it's probably not you. It could be a sibling sitting there, or, you know, a being, if it's white or black, you know, she can just say, angels, can you recycle that? You know, and just point there. So in general, you want the flow, you want the color there. That is your energy, your green, your light to medium blue. So you want a sense for that. So if there's a big black patch, obviously that's not you. If it's hard, it's just some energy blocks. If it moves, then it's an invasive being or an invasive person or both. You could say, angels, can you recycle all that? And that way the invasive beings will get recycled and you just wash out the people with gold light. You can use gold sandstorm. That's like spinning bits of gold light. It's a little more forceful sometimes. Doesn't hurt anybody. So, okay, so then 5th and 4th layers, any distortion blocks, any blind spot blocks, anything that causes you to, you know, either not see hierarchies or accidentally make hierarchies or make insults where there aren't any. Just wash all that away. You can have old arguments just stuck in here, and then it's like you kind of superimpose them into new communications with new people. So just wash them out. You don't need to keep your arguments here. Just wash them all out. Gold light, melt them away. So again, 4th and 5th layer, any distortion blocks, any blind spot blocks. A little bit more. And then just a little bit extra on the 4th chakra itself and the 5th chakra. Again, round opening is in the front and the back, so oriented this way. So round opening in the front, round opening in the back. Energy flows in the front, so you could have energy kind of wedged right in there, blocking it up like a cork. So just lift that out. Angels, here you go. Lift out the corks. Angels, here you go. Lift out the blocks. Angels, here you go. And there might be parts of you that are holding on to these old arguments and old insults or old, put downs for you that you maybe believe on some level. So you might have to kind of nudge yourself and comfort yourself as you're releasing this stuff. Like, it's okay. It's okay. I can love and accept myself. It's okay. I can let go of these old arguments. It's okay. Sometimes people hold on to the old arguments because they feel like somehow that person wronged them and they don't want that person to get away with anything, But you're just harming yourself this way, so just melt away the old arguments and insults. All right, so a couple deep breaths, just see how that feels for you. Okay, so part of communication part of communication is being able to witness, like to observe other people's celebrations, other people's victories, other people's success, and other people's weaknesses and hardships. And sometimes that's hard for people because it triggers stuff within them. And so they either try to be the hero and fix and solve the other person's problems for them, which can be very insulting and invasive to do for somebody else. A lot of what people really crave is just somebody to know what they're going through. It's nice. It means that you don't feel alone. If somebody knows what you're going through, it just feels different, especially if they can witness. it and not meddle. You know, if they can just witness it and have empathy, empathy. So respect and empathy. Can you witness other people's successes and hardships with respect and empathy? So respect meaning you don't just jump in and try to save them and be in their space about it. And sometimes it's hard to do that for other people, in part because there's something within you that you don't accept. And so it's kind of a distraction technique to go around saving other people because you're not okay with a certain part of yourself. You don't want to witness yourself. You don't have empathy for a part of yourself. And so it affects how you sense other people, and it affects your ability to respect other people, right? So it's a very two-sided coin, of course. You know, can you witness your own journey? Can you have empathy and respect for your own journey? And can you do that for other people? And that can really make you a more valued friend and loved one. It's a big gift to a partner to be able to know what they're going through, but not meddle with it. Just be like, I'm here for you. You know, if they're going through something hard, you know, show empathy, like, you know, I'm sorry you're going through that. But, you know, they're going through it. You're not going through it, you know, so you're there for them, but it's in a way where, you know, you're witnessing it and you're, you know, you're rooting for them, you're cheering for them, but you're not on their path with them. You're not like trying to, you know, rescue them. So again, that can be triggering. You know, people can have a hard time with that. You know, like you could have a friend that's going through a lot in their life, and maybe on a day when they're not so balanced, they might try to hand you some of their problems, you know, and so it could make you want to like totally avoid them completely, you know, and not be a witness, you know, not be an empathetic witness to their struggles because you don't want to get dumped on, you know. But if you can clear your baggage, then you could just like kind of undump whatever that they accidentally dumped on you and just be a witness, just be an empathetic witness, you know, so that somebody knows what they're going through, you know, somebody understands them. So I hope that makes sense. So it's about witnessing, being empathetic, but being respectful that somebody else has their journey and you have your journey. So if someone's going through a hardship, they're meant to overcome that hardship, right? And so if you rescue them, you could be preventing them from overcoming it on their own. And what happens then is they end up having to manifest another difficulty because they didn't learn whatever they were supposed to learn with the first one because you fixed it. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. So we're going to just clear baggage and nourish and heal so that you can respect and have empathy for yourself and your journey. And you can also respect and have empathy and witness other people's journey and not like feel uncomfortable about it. And if they dump on you, you just clear it out. And, you know, you're still able to, if you choose to, you're still able to, you know, be empathetic and be a witness to what they're going through. So they know someone understands them and knows what they're experiencing. All right, let's do it. All righty. So I will also put empathy on here. Respect and empathy. Okay. Fit it. There we go. Okay. All right, cool. So first, just give yourself a healing. I'm sure that might have triggered a couple things, that big explaining part. So this is the doing. So just imagine your whole space, imagine you're grounding, and just wash out anything that might have triggered during that explanation that I gave. Make sure you have really good grounding in the back and the front and both sides. Check all your major chakras. Align your major chakras. meaning just make them click into place. Don't make them, but you heal them enough so that they click into place. So they're centered. And a nice straight up and down line. Aligned. Okay, so you can put a big gold dumpster out there, or a big gold blanket, or big gold boxes, whatever amuses you, or just make piles. But basically put baggage out there in front of you, or copies of baggage out in front of you that gets in the way when you try to respect and have empathy for yourself. Okay, because that's how this all starts. It's a two-sided coin. It's how you feel about yourself affects how you feel about others, right? So any baggage in the way of you respecting yourself, honoring yourself, valuing yourself, even your weaknesses, you know, that you have compassionate, empathetic attitude towards your own weaknesses and your own challenges and what you're working on, right? So anything in the way of that, anything blocking you from having as much empathy as possible with yourself, as much, you know, to be able to observe and not be ashamed of yourself, right? And then just say, angels, is it okay to clear all this right now? And that way they'll take away, if something's too much, they'll remove it so you don't clear too much. And then go ahead and bring up red earth energy. Soak those piles in red earth energy. Use gold light. Melt cords going into the piles from yourself or others. So you can start melting all that. And what are we doing? We're clearing out baggage that makes it harder for you to respect yourself, even on subconscious levels. It makes it harder for you to have empathetic feelings towards yourself and your weaknesses and your challenges. Okay. Like, for example, energy that makes you feel less than other people, less smart, less capable, less pretty, less funny, less whatever, right? Just put all that baggage out in front of you, anything that's in the way of you having empathy and respect for yourself. And it could be energy that was dumped on you. It could be your own energy, doesn't matter, right? And say, angels, is it okay to clear all this? And then go ahead and use gold light to melt it. Okay, so then now we're going to do for others, you know, if make a big gold blanket or gold dumpsters or gold boxes or whatever, just make piles. Any baggage that's in the way, even subconsciously, of you respecting other people and their journey and their challenges, and like letting them have their challenges, letting them have their learning experiences. So you don't have to be this compulsive rescuer, right? Just what's in the way of you giving them breathing room, you know, respecting their journey. What's in the way of you having empathy and being able to witness with empathy and with boundaries, right? And just say, angels, is it okay to clear all this? And then bring up red earth energy and use the gold light to melt cords from yourself and other people. And go ahead and melt these piles, or you can blow them up. Use gold light. Okay, and we're going to do that one again, but I want to do a little bit of nourishing to support that. So let's make energy healing flowers to help you have improve your ability to witness other people's struggles, other people's celebrations and victories, and also witness your own stuff with compassion and empathy and respect. So can you have respect for yourself, your strengths and your weaknesses? Can you respect that? Can you celebrate it, honor it, feel okay about it? And other people. So angels, can you check my flowers? And give them to yourself. So, okay, make more energy healing flowers, whatever healing energy that you need so that you're able to witness other people's journey. You don't have to rescue them and take their challenge from them. Just let them have their challenges and their learning and their victories and their losses and whatever they have, right? Just witness, be able to witness with respect and empathy. So whatever nourishing you need so that you can better do that. I say, angels, can you check my flowers? And give them to yourself. And another way to nourish, again, to support exactly what we're doing right now, being able to witness other people's journey with respect and empathy, and witness your own journey with respect and empathy, right? Let's call back your unique life force. Maybe you left it somewhere in the future, in the past, in even a past life, past. But go ahead, if you make a gold 3D object that you're going to use as a magnet, so it could be shaped like a big gold sphere or like a U-shaped magnet like in the cartoons, or a cube or a pyramid, whatever works for you. But just make it a magnet and call back your unique life force, your unique ability to witness and have empathy and compassion and respect for yourself and others. Just call back all that energy of yours, wherever it was, and say, angels, can you clean this out for me? And then give it to yourself. Let's do that one more time. Make a 3D gold magnet that's going to call back your unique life force, specifically, well, any that you need to call back, but also any of your that would help you to have respect and empathy for yourself and your journey, and respect and empathy for other people's journey. Call that all back because you need it now. And say, angels, can you clean all this off? And give it to yourself. All right, good job. Woohoo. All right, so let's do one more clearing on the same topic, and then we'll move on to something else. So you can make a big gold blanket or gold dumpsters, gold boxes, or just make piles and put out there any baggage that's in the way. It could be subconscious, and there's nothing wrong if you are a little blocked on this topic. You don't have to feel embarrassed. But anything in the way of you respecting other people's challenges, respecting other people's weaknesses, other people's strengths, and being able to have empathy and respect for other people's journeys. And you don't have to make it your journey and your problem. Just respect and be a witness, right? So they know somebody knows about it, somebody understands them, right? So just any blocks in the way of you being respectful, being empathetic for yourself and others. And say, angels, can you double check all this? And then whatever's left over, then you know it's not too much because your angels checked. And so you could blow it up or melt it with gold light. And you might need to melt cords from other people. Maybe ground it with red earth energy. Melting. All right. So just take some deep breaths. See how that feels. See how your emotions are, how your thoughts are, how your body feels. Okay. So let's unblock just to complement all that stuff. This is when you unblock your shoulders and your neck and your auras around there, and then your pelvic area and your auras around there, it tends to be very centering, and it's kind of, you know, gets back your simplicity and clicks you back in case some of this stuff was a little triggering. So I think this is the second to last thing we're doing right before the wrap up. So just imagine your shoulders, and you can imagine this way, or you can imagine this way. It doesn't, you know, whatever works for you. You could turn your copy around however you want, and just unblock in and around your shoulders and in and around your hips. Oh yeah. And then I'm going to add the bones. Yeah, because we want the vibe work. So I'll work that into this section too. But first, let's just do some standard unblocking. So just, your intention is you're going to see, perceive, and clear what's healthy and gentle to do right now. So blocks around your neck and shoulders, melt those. Blocks around your hips, melt those. In and around your pelvic area. So when I say hips, I mean, technically this is your hip joint right in here, you know, where your femur goes into your ilium, that joint in your pelvic bones. But I really mean, when I say your hips, I mean this whole area, like from here to here, all the way around. Ease out any blocks, melt them away or blow them up. Ease them out, melt them away or blow them up. Neck and shoulders. Into the angels. Angels, here you go. Angels, here you go. Angels, here you go. All right. So now we did vibe work 2 days ago. We haven't done much of it today, even though I wanted to. So we'll do it quickly. We already cleared a lot of baggage in the way of your vibe 2 days ago. But so your true essence, you know, that would be generated by your chakras if they didn't have a lot of blocks around them, right? Your major chakras. So we'll just imagine all your major chakras and your hips and shoulders, of course. But just remove, to the extent that's healthy and gentle, remove blocks from all that's in the way of your vibe. Angels, here you go. So it's sort of like polluting your vibe with baggage. We want your vibe to be as close as possible to the true you, the real you. So just imagine all your major chakras and your hips and your shoulders and neck, and just lift out the vibe distorting baggage. Angels, here you go. Any vibe distorting baggage, angels, here you go. So hips and shoulders and neck and your major chakras. Lift out any vibe distorting baggage. Angels, here you go. So your pelvic bones, there you go. Yeah, sorry. Your pelvic bones, any vibe distorting baggage in or around your pelvic area, especially the bones. Any baggage kind of glommed onto the bones and those joints in the diagram. Angels, here you go. Any vibe distorting baggage. Angels, here you go. So this pelvic area, ilium bones, those big bones are ilium bones on either side of your sacrum. There. So any vibe distorting baggage there, just lift it off. Angels, here you go. Any vibe distorting baggage on your sacrum. Angels, here you go. Go down your spine. Any vibe distorting baggage along your spine, just lift it off. Angels, here. And just take a couple deep breaths. And eventually, at some point, there's just not as much blocking up your spine and your hips and your neck and shoulders, and they can actually pick up that vibration that your major chakras have and kind of echo it, you know, or resonate with it, amplify it. So your hips and your major chakras and your spine. So just let your hip bones, or your pelvic bones, resonate with your chakra, your major chakra, and your vibe. And legs, way down to your toes. Let the bones in your legs and your feet and your ankles resonate with that vibration of your major chakras. And your shoulders and your arms. Let them resonate with your the bones in your shoulders and your arms. Them resonate with your the real vibration of you in your chakras. Melt off any hard baggage that's in the way of that. And your skull, I don't have a diagram right now showing all the different, your skull isn't one big bone. They're bones that are fused together, many of them. They're kind of cool. Like there's one for your whole forehead. That's like one plate of bone. And you can have a lot of pressure on that one in particular. You can kind of unblock that enough. That the plate of bone right here in the front of your skull. Unblock that. You can give it a nice red grounding if you want. Drain off all the pressure off of that one. You want to unblock it enough and all the bones of your skull so that your skull and your brain can resonate with that true vibration of you and your chakras. Your jaw. And then just comb through all your auras. And then we can So now we can just do wrap up. Look at all your auras and your surroundings. Comb through them. Unblock the bottom of all your auras. You can release enough. When in doubt, you know, in the next day or two, just keep unblocking, especially the bottom of all your auras and your grounding, just so you can keep releasing. And you can keep doing flower healing for yourself, have the angels check. Give yourself flowers. You're just a nourish. Align your chakras. Just think of your major chakras. If there are any that are not quite in alignment, just use gold light until they pop into place. redo your gold buffer zones. I did mention that. All right, so then as we wrap up, you can just ask your angels. Angels, can you help me wrap up this healing? And angels, can you please help me to purify my communications with myself and with others? Take some deep breaths. Oh, we didn't clear 2 big blocks in case you have any leftover 2 big blocks. Make a pile out in front of you of any big energy blocks that are still around irritating you on any level, and just make a big pile of them. And just bring up red earth energy, soak them all. And someone's probably cording some of the blocks, and that's why they haven't cleared yet, and or you're resisting too much. So just lots of gold light, melt away your resistance, melt away other people's energy, so these 2 big blocks can finally clear. Make more piles, clear more of them. All right. Woohoo! Good job. That's a healing. Woo-hoo, you're amazing. Yay! Right. Thumbs up for you. Great job. And if you haven't given the live stream a thumbs up and you would like to, please go for it, as it helps the live stream. Okay. I'm going to quickly look through comments. If you have any comments about the theme of purifying your communication, or feedback about something I said in the healing, or if you want to say how you're doing, how the healing was for you, that's fine. You can live chat that now if you wish. And if you have a general question about your energy, you know, like read this, just post that under a video later. And when I have time, I would get to it and post a reply. Let's see. 46 in rainy Portland. Well, hello to you. Thanks for the weather report. Portland is not too far from me, maybe 2 hours because of traffic. So it says, hi, Janet. What happens on a spiritual level when people are projecting? Are they just dumping energy in the 7th layer chakra? Well, if you are meaning projection as in the psychological term, the psychology term, where people are projection, I mean, I'm not a psychologist, okay? I just got a little bachelor's degree in psychology, so... But if that's what you mean, projection in that people see that you have an issue that they really have, and you may not have it, but they definitely do, but they see it in everybody else and not in themselves. That could be some kind of blind spot that they have within themselves, like in the 4th chakra and 4th layer and 7th layer, maybe. So that they see their issue in everyone else, but not in themselves. But they would probably also have to have a good deal of denial and avoidance. You know, so it's really stubborn that it's, you know, it's like the glasses that they're seeing everybody through, you know? But I'm not sure if that's what you mean. You're saying, are they just dumping energy in the 7th layer chakra? Yeah, see, actual projection wouldn't have to do with dumping at all. So, I don't know. Yeah, actual projection is just it's a distortion in somebody's perception of others, and they can't see their own issue in themselves, but they see it in everybody else. So there's that. Someone says, hi, Janet. Does companionship energy apply to one's children? Yes. I've years of concern about burdening them with my piles of baggage, so I think I've sadly built barriers to sharing companionship with them. Yes, companionship energy does apply to children ideally. You know, some parents don't give any companionship energy to their kids, but it is nice to do. And it's non-depleting, non-invasive, so why not? I mean, unless you really, really don't like your kids, but I know that's not the case for you. But yeah, so you could unblock and clear enough shame and guilt and whatever so that you're able to send them plenty of companionship energy. And you can just rationally check, you know, you can use like a magnet to call back your life force from them, you know, because if you've dumped your energy in their space, you can keep calling it back. And that's something you could do every day if you want, you know, just make sure you call back your energy. If they took on copies of your burdens, which is possible, you could just clear your copy of it. And that way they'd be more likely to clear their copy of it. So if you just keep moving forward with your, you know, personal issues that you have, you know, and pay special attention maybe to ones that your kids have taken on. So you could just imagine it as like 4 boxes, you know, and these boxes of baggage, your kids have also taken on a copy of these boxes. So then you could prioritize clearing those boxes of your baggage, so that, you know, there's nothing for them to commiserate with you because you've already cleared it, you know. So that could be satisfying, extra satisfying for you, you know, to target the parts of your baggage that your children have copied subconsciously. Hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, you can post a question under the video at any time. All right. Someone says, hi, Janet, great set. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. The burning in my left shoulder, upper back of my armpit went away with this healing. That's nice. Yeah, you could have had, because we did a lot of like working out, you know, in that good karma window section, and then, you know, energy that's woven in there into the major chakras. So that could have cleared a lot and then popped you in enough that, you know, any extra blockages there, maybe you just coming in so much, cleared it all. Yesterday I noticed I need more gold buffer zones renewal. Someone says, wow, I followed along as you healed me and I had so much energy blocking my receiving companionship energy. Yes. This was a great topic for me. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And the seventh, the isolating, the section right before that, right before giving and receiving companionship, the isolating energy blocks in the 7th chakra, you could keep working that, because your dad is one of those parents that, you know, puts that energy in your around your 7th chakra, thinking that he's protecting you from, you know, the bad people out there. So yeah, that section right before it, isolating energy blocks in 7th chakra would be a great one to keep working over time. Someone says, what do angels say about spiritual evolution? Like if I have a pretty good life this time and I do pretty good things this time, will I have a pretty good life next time? Yeah, good seems overly simplistic. I'm not sure what you're getting at. I mean, if you do good deeds, but you're talking about evolution, so I'm not sure. I mean, you're always going to have challenges in a life unless it's like a rest life, you know, and a rest life is only typically because your traumas were so significant in the last life and it was just like knock down, drag out. You didn't get over them. You didn't overcome them by the end of that life. So then they need to give you like a little gentle, you know, fluffy life after that, just so you can recuperate, you know. But, you know, in general, if you do well and you evolve, then you get new challenges next time, but you still get all the goodness and strength that you have from this life, you know, that helps you in the next. So I don't know, really. Hopefully that answers your question. If it doesn't, you can post a follow-up in the comments. Thank you for working isolation. I appreciate it. You're welcome. Someone says highly meaningful. Thank you. I'm glad. It says the companionship energy almost feels too nice, which must be from low self-esteem, not feeling worthy. How do you heal this to feel more deserving other than healing fourth chakra, fourth layer? Yeah, that's enough. It's just that these are deeply rooted things, so it takes time. So just make a note of this, if you have a journal or something or some way that you'll know to keep working it. And work it over time. This is deep foundational stuff that we're working, so if it's not all cleared by the end of one healing, don't beat yourself up. But this is how you would clear it, so you just try to live a good life, eat well, sleep well, give yourself some rest and play, and then you'll be ready to do more. And then you do more, and then eat well, sleep well, rest and play, and you can do more. So yeah, I'm glad you felt that it was valuable. Someone goes a lot of hearts. Thank you so much. That's very cute. Thanks. I feel great. Oh, good. Someone says, wow, this morning I was healing parts of me that needed more empathy and kindness. Today's healing is so on point. I'm taking it to my toolbox. Yeah, good. Thank you so much, Janet. You're incredible. Well, thanks. You're very kind. Someone says, thank you for the healing, Janet. Loved the witnessing other people's journey section. Yeah, that was a big one for me, and I'm excited to work that more. Feeling spacey, post-healing. Yeah, you're also bringing in a ton of energy. So maybe some like earth energy soak, just to like, and maybe to just like give your creative rings like a purple grounding and just melt cords out of your creative rings, just so, because nothing's especially wrong with your space, but if you just like make sure the flaps close on your creative rings and melt the cords, and then maybe do like a couple earth energy soaks, just so your energy, all that new energy comes in well of yours. All right. Someone says thanks and lots of nice sweet emojis. Well, thank you so much, guys. Here's a little, oh wait, I don't mean that one. Maybe I can do an emoji. There we go. Yay! All right, cool. So let's see. I can just show you my dogs. I don't really have much plant stuff to update because I didn't do any. I just worked and played. Oh, actually, I do have a nice update. The I wanted to mention, just on a personal note, it's very amusing to me. Netflix. We have Netflix, and I watch. It's like a new hobby of mine. I watch K-dramas on Netflix, like TV shows from South Korea. They have all these cute little innocent romance shows that are pretty adorable. So they're really cute. So I watch them with the subtitles, English subtitles, because I don't know Korean. Although I have picked up some words now because I've watched so many K-dramas. So I know how to say little things like, I'm sorry. Because they say that a lot. But anyway, so that's been fun. I've been watching different K-dramas on Netflix. It's fun too, because like it's very like inner child for me in a way, like not inner like infant child, but like teenage girl kind of thing, because I wasn't allowed to watch cute little romance shows when I would have initially wanted to watch those, like when I was 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So it's just a fun little addiction. But it's very angel approved addiction, so it's cute. It's funny. I'm very present when I watch them. It's like, it's very fun. But anyway, so that's that. I don't think I mentioned my Kdrama, my new Kdrama addiction on the live stream yet, so now you know. Don't judge me. Well, you can judge me if you want, but anyway, it's fun. And so I'll show you my puppies. They're pretty mellow right now, which is good. Oops, my camera's all tangled up. There we go. Okay, so Abel's sleeping peacefully. What a good boy. He's so cute. Got his cone on so he doesn't mess with himself too much. And there's Izzy, who is getting itchy right now. We think it's actually not food related. We think it's outdoors related, like pollen from trees and flowers and stuff and grass. But he doesn't itch too much usually, so that's nice. But there he is. He doesn't know we're talking about him. Someone else loves K-dramas. How about that? Yeah, there's so many on Netflix. There are some that are on other things, but I can watch Netflix easily on my laptop, which is really helpful because like with the subtitles, sometimes, you know, there's too much text on one screen and it goes away too fast, and I can just hit like the back. There's like this little button where you hit it and it'll only go back 10 seconds. So that's really useful for like subtitles when a subtitle goes by too fast, you know? So anyway, somebody's daughter likes K-dramas too. Yeah. They're just so cute. I mean, sometimes as an adult, you know, I wish there was more sex basically and romance and actual kissing, you know, but the plot development, the character development, and the romance aspect of it is really, really, really nice. It's totally adorable. So yeah, K-drama fan here. All right, guys. So I hope you have a good day, morning, evening, whatever's next for you. Bye. And the next healing in this set is in 2 days on Tuesday. Bye. You're so amazing. Let's see. Do some butterflies on the way out. Yay! Yay for K-dramas on Netflix.